Hi, it's Sue from Snake River Stamping. A little bit better today than I was yesterday, so hopefully this goes okay. I have my tea still, and today I'm using my Mama Bear mug. Whoops, there we go. Mama Bear. My husband got this for me. I love it. And I dropped a cough drop in my tea to hopefully dissipate in there and help me with my throat today. So I'll take a sip. Oh, delicious, delicious. And I hope you saw yesterday's video with the box. I'm going to share that with you in a moment, with our box with the little dividers in it. And today is called Sue Saves Christmas. So if you need to make some really quick cards, I'm going to show you 2 or 3 patterns today. And I have a download for you today, a free download if you would like it. You just have to email me and I will zap it back to you for a free download of today's measurements and a few pictures of what we did today, or going to do today. So I'm going to turn the camera down and do my very quick announcements. I did these yesterday. Black Friday sale, first one ever in Stampin' Up! History, started today. I put my order in like at 11:30 last night. Your paper pumpkin for December, it's called Watercolor in Bloom. As long as you subscribe by December 10th, you will get the December paper pumpkin. And speaking of paper pumpkin, here's our next sale, which goes from December 1st to the 9th. It's called Cyber Monday. Save on prepaid subscriptions to paper pumpkin. I usually do mine month to month, but I'm switching because if you do it by 3-month, 6-month, or 12-month increments and prepay, you will save money. I know this is really hard to read, but it tells us 3 months prepaid is $61. Regular price would be $81, so you save $20 that way. If you want to do a 6-month subscription prepaid, you pay $122. Regular price is $162. That saves you $40. This is a lot of dollars that you can use on other crafting supplies. That's the way I look at it anyway. 12-month subscription, I want to say prescription because I've been taking a lot of those, $244. It's regularly priced at $324. I did that in my head yesterday's video. I said 90, it's $80. I did it, the real way. You save $80 on that one. The offer ends on December 9th at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, so it depends on what time zone you live in. Just convert that to Mountain Time. All right. So my specials are my card kits, 4 card kits that I will send to you. New Traditions, you get 2 fall cards and 2 Christmas cards cut and prepped for you. Remember, you have to have your own stamps, your own ink, and your own adhesives, okay? And of course, you always get 10% Stampin' Rewards. Stampin' Rewards start at a $20 order. If you order $50, you get the card kits and you get a New Traditions of Christmas PDF. It features 2 designs and you get your Stampin' Rewards. $75 order, you get your card kits, a PDF, and a package of the beautiful traditional sparkling gems, which I have some. I think they're back in stock though. They were out of stock for a while, but I have some of these. And you'll get a package of those and your Stampin' Rewards. Remember, your qualifying orders before tax, before shipping, and before you redeem any Stampin' Rewards of your own. Okay? So, probably the fastest I've ever done announcements, right? This is the box we made yesterday. I made a couple of improvements on it since yesterday. I took that bow off because it wasn't sticking well with the sticky dots. So I tied it. I untied it and tied it around the ribbon that I had here, and so it kind of squishes in, looks more like a ribbon, and it turned out a lot better, I think, tying it that way. And then I put 3 little gems in the middle right here. There was 3 little dots anyway, but I put just 3 little gems. And I think, what are those? I don't know where they are. I'm just going to show them to you, because we have those gems, and I think they might still be available. Maybe this, yeah, right here. They come like this, and there's some clear ones and some red ones. These are called Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Blackberries. It's 164119. I do not think I have those linked, but I do think they're still available in our regular catalog. But they're kind of fun. So anyway, we made these boxes yesterday, and we put the dividers in, and you can put whatever you want in the dividers. You can have some ephemera, cut some ephemera from the paper that I'm going to show you today. Some of the cards. You can put rolls of, no, a whole roll of ribbon won't fit in here, but the twine, and this is some twine for Christmas, you know, gold and silver. Sticky notes fit. A lot of little different things fit in these boxes. And so I hope, if you didn't watch that video, it posted this morning at 9 o'clock on November 25th. That one posted, and this one I hope will post at 5:30 on November 25th. I hope. We'll see. I am pre-recording these just in case the coughing devil, you know, assaults me again today. Oh, I do have a couple other announcements. Catalogs. We have new catalogs, mini catalogs. Like right now, our mini catalog for September through December is this one. And we have a new one coming out in January. And I will send you a catalog. If you're already one of my customers, you're on my list. You're getting a catalog. Okay, I will send you one. If you're not one of my customers and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, all you have to do to get a catalog from me is to go online, create your own account, and opt in. Be sure you check the box where it says, do you want to opt in? Because that allows me access to send you things. And I will send you a catalog, even though you haven't purchased anything yet. I usually ask people to purchase from me first. But you know what? It's Christmas, and I'm feeling very generous. So if you would create an account with me as your demonstrator and opt in, I'll send you a catalog. I have to do my catalog order by this Sunday. So I'm probably going to do it when I get home from church on Sunday, which I live in the Pacific time zone, so I'm usually home by 11:30 at the latest, with stopping at the store and all that stuff. So if you will have by 11:30 or so, or noon, I'm going to start doing my catalog order and get that sent in, because I have a deadline where I have to do it, otherwise they cut me off. Okay, so anyway, today we're going to focus a lot on page 15 in the catalog with some of these products. The Greetings for You Mix and Match Ephemera Pack, the Christmas Greetings Mix and Match Specialty Cards. We're going to use a little bit of this. The Christmas Tags and more. We're going to show a little bit of that. All these ephemera packs. And then there's one other ephemera pack that is not in the mini catalog, but is in our big catalog. And it's this one. That doesn't look very good, does it? Those are all my scraps. It looks like this. Okay, and these items are all linked in the PDF that I'm offering to send to you with measurements and all the stuff that we're going to do today. So this one is in a regular catalog, and so I'll link all those things for you. But we are going to take some things, because today the theme is easy, quick cards, right? I'm going to show you some sketches, some, ways to lay out cards, and some of them use some of these things, okay, on page 15. All right. So let me show you some of these. These are some of the things in my PDF. These are called chair rail cards. And I've done chair rail cards before in September, I believe. And I largely, on these chair rail cards, here's a chair rail card, I largely used the Traditions of Christmas DSP on these. Now this one, this black and white one, I didn't have our black and white from Stampin' Up, but I had some black and white that I used. Now this is from this stamp that I embossed right here. Is really cute. We're gonna probably use that one today. That's from one of our Stampin' Up things, but all the rest of this stuff is from Stampin' Up. And these are chair rail cards where you cut a panel and you cut it not in half. You have the top is 3 inches and the bottom is 2 inches, and then it's 3 3/4 inches across. I have those measurements all for you. This is another easy one. This is not a chair rail card, but this is using the arches, and then again using a die cut, just a simple die cut. So I just used a piece of paper of DSP back here, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4 from the package. Let me refresh your memory about the package of DSP. All these lovely papers. Now see, this one is one of the ones you can cut out. And don't overlook these bottom pieces, because these are like super handy to make some of the cards. In fact, like this one, see, I used a bottom piece. I cut that out and I made it look like it was sticking down in there. So you don't always have to have a whole piece. You can have bottom pieces and use those just fine, or even side pieces for the inside. I think some of these I used side pieces, if I can find them. Which ones I used one? Maybe not these cards, maybe a different card. Must be a different card. Okay. Anyway, I have used the side pieces where I just cut out the sides, and I used the die. I just placed the die where it fits, like this, and cut it out like that, or over here, or over here, like that. And so I try to use up as much of it as I can on the pieces that are die cut. And then they have this beautiful piece, and we've used this before. And this beautiful piece. This beautiful piece. I love this plaid. And that goes with some more whimsical characters better. This one is the one I just showed you. Yeah. I think it's this one. Yeah. Where I put that in the background, which was 4 by 5 1/4, and then I used 2 dies, and I oh, here we go. Excuse me. Cough drop time. Oh, excuse me. I used 2 arches, 1 gold and 1 cherry cobbler, and then I just put just a piece of ephemera that I cut out from that first piece that I shared with you. And then we have other beautiful papers. This piece has a die to cut this out. These long, oh, there's a word for that. I can't even think of it right now, but anyway. Swags, yes. Swags, that's what the word is. And those are more swags, and then you have the secret C on the back, which is good for backgrounds. This one's good for backgrounds. I used it at the bottom of some of my cards. Anyway, this is great. This is back in stock. It was out of stock for a while, but it's back in stock. So if you would like to order that, it is linked in the PDF that I will send to you if you would like me to. Okay, so this is another one. This Merry Christmas stamp. This was new this year, and I cannot find it anywhere on the website. I love this stamp. It's just very simple and clean and crisp. You can cut it out really easily. I used the branching out dies, these dies, to do that one. And I just cut out 2 branching out dies, you know. And I tell you what number of die I used, and I count from the outside. So the biggest one's number 1 to end, and then the smallest one is number 6 or whatever it is. And I tell you which dies I used, and I used the paper with the pink flowers in the background, and I used gray granite on this one as my card base, and I thought it looked really nice with this cherry cobbler and stuff on that one. And that was a really easy card to make too. Today I'm going to make the chair rail card because this is my go-to. This chair rail card is my go-to. And we're going to make maybe something like that. We'll see. I've got some different paper cut out that I used from this set on page 15. I cut these cards up. So there's 10 cards, but they're front and back, and so you can cut them so you can make 20 cards or even more than that, because I was only using a portion of them. I wasn't even using a half a sheet to make this card. So I took a look at this, and the measurements I used, well, I thought when I first glanced at this, I thought this was white, but it really isn't. It's, when I put white next to it, I went, well, that's not white. It's soft seafoam. And so I pulled out some soft seafoam, and I went, yeah, that goes better with it than, I mean, it goes with white just fine, but soft seafoam looks pretty good too. You can cut out the tree. I used pine tree trimmings, and it comes with just a few dies. It comes out with these cute pine trees, and it just comes with 1 pine tree and then a couple present dies and things. It's real simple. But you can cut out the pine tree and put the paper behind it which I think looks good. That's very simple. You can stamp around it. That's one thing you can do. What we're going to do today is, that's the inside. So I cut 2 card bases. I cut the white, and it still looks good on white, but I think it looks a little bit better on the seafoam. So I believe that I'm going to use the seafoam on this. And so my card base is usual US card base of 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, score it in half, and fold that. And then I took, because there's gold in this paper, I thought, okay, I want gold on this as my background. I'm going to flip this over because it's not scored exactly in half, and it won't show if I turn it over, so I'll do that. I'm going to put that as my background, and I think I'm going to put this at the top, my 3-inch piece at the top. And then I took some garden green, because that's the green that's in here. And I couldn't find a piece of coordinating DSP to go with this. Where did I put that? Oh, I swear, there it is. It was too easy. I used this embossing folder with the big wreath, and I just put this wreath right here, kind of at the bottom, and put it through my die cut machine, my stamp embossing machine, so that most of this is embossed, okay? And I'm going to turn it this way so that the unembossed part is going to be mostly covered up. And these 2 pieces fit exactly together because they're both 3 3/4 inch across. And then this one is 3 inches and this is 2 inches. So that's 5 inches altogether. So it's going to be a little bit smaller than this one, which is our background, which normally, see, I cut some brushes out. I would cut these out of the middle. I just did this out of something else to do that. And I'm going to glue this down. And your foil paper will not have anything on the back of it. It's just the foil. I'm going to center that on there. And again, this is 5 inches across, or excuse me, 4 inches across, 5 1/4 inches down. Now I want this to fit together. And the easiest way for me to do this is to turn these upside down, put them right together, and grab a piece of tape and put them together like they're one piece. And then I know they're going to be even. They're going to match on here. Okay. And they're going to have that pretty gold border all the way around, and there's gold in this top piece. And we might add some more gold. I mean, who knows, because I love gold. We might add some more gold, but I also cut out some trees, so we might add some trees. Okay, so I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to be pretty careful because glue and gold, or any kind of foil, they're not friends. So I don't want to do my usual slipping and sliding thing. I want to get this pretty exact. because if you get glue on the gold, even if you have a glue eraser and all that, it just doesn't work that great. Okay, my chair rail is 3/8 of an inch. Yes, I think it's 3/8 of an inch wide and 3 3/4 inches long. So it's not quite half an inch wide, just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it's 3/8 of an inch. And again, this is in the PDF that I will send you if you ask for it. All you have to do is ask for it. And to ask for it, you just have to email me. And my email address is in the description. It's always in the description. It's always on my Facebook page. It's Sue at snakeriverstamping.com. It's pretty easy. Okay, so that's the basis of a chair rail card. Okay, I have my card base, I have a matte layer, and I have this top layer with designer series paper. And I can put designer series paper down at the bottom like I did on some of these. I just flipped it over and put designer series paper. Okay, but sometimes I would put designer series paper and then I put cardstock and I would emboss it. Like I embossed this one with a glass and something, flowers, I don't know. I embossed it. It looked fine with this one. Okay. So sometimes I put 2 pieces of DSP. This time I'm just embossing the cardstock to make it look a little fancier. Okay. So now we have to make some decisions. I did cut out some labels. I have some different labels that we might put on here. We might put a tree on here. Excuse me. I stamped the tree just on I think this is 2 inches, yeah. 2 inches by 3 1/4 rectangle. We can put that on here. This is out of one of the ephemera packs, a Merry Christmas. I'm going to put that on there. And put it down here. I think it's a little bit too big to put it across there. Sometimes I put it across there, like on this one. I just used a really small Happy Holidays, so it looked okay with a smaller one on there. This is, I think this is the, size and the scale is just a little bit too big, so I probably wouldn't do that. We can add some of these lovely pine boughs that I did in gold. If we like those, we'll put those on there. So it just kind of depends on what you like, what you add to it, how much work you put into it. You might just go, you know what? I'm putting Merry Christmas on there on some dimensionals and I'm done, and maybe a few pretty gems on there. So I'm going to grab my gems quickly. Or maybe I got some out. I don't think I did. Of course I didn't. Oh, I tell you. Alright. Maybe these gems. I thought I pulled these out. Oh, they're probably in this pile. Yes, of course. They're in my pile. Okay, these gems. I would use these gems. Okay. So, now we also have these pretty these are linked in the PDF too. And they have some skinnier ones on here that are gold that might work really, really well with this tree, because I don't mind a skinny one. Putting the tree on and then adding like 'Tis the Season. Now these are stickers, and you can peel them off and just stick them on there, or you can put dimensionals on there and stick them on there, but you should take the sticky part off and put, to make it not sticky, get your embossing buddy and wipe it over the sticky part, and it will de-stickify it, and then you can put it on like that. In fact, I think I kind of like that. 'Tis the Season, not too fancy, and maybe we'll put some gems on there. Okay, if I can find an open pack of gems, in fact, because those are my new packs, and I don't want to open my new ones because those are for you guys, of course. And I don't want to use up your gems. I just want to use up my gems if I could find them. Yeah, those are definitely new ones. So I don't want to use those. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop this up. So I've got all this stuff to look at. And I mean, maybe you're like me. You just have stuff laying all over the place. I don't think I want to use this or this because I decided on the soft sea foam for my card base. But I do want to pop my tree up. And maybe one in the middle. What the heck, right? Pop my tree up. Okay. It's going to be a little bit on the bottom and across that chair rail. Okay, I'm not going to use that one. I'm not going to use that one. I'm not going to use these because I decided that was a little too much. I'm pretty sure it's too much. Maybe I'm going to use one. I don't know. I might use one because, you know, I like gold. But I am going to take this sticker off because if I don't, then the whole thing could fall off when my recipient gets it. And I'm going to de-stickify this by rubbing my embossing buddy on it. And that's de-stickifying it a bit. And then I need some smaller dimensionals. Smaller dimensionals? Where would you be? Over in my dimensional box. All things trapped. Okay. Here are some smaller dimensionals. I knew we had some somewhere. And I just bend them so they pop out. I'm going to put a few on here. Now see, the middle part's going to go across the tree. So I don't think I need any in the middle. I just need them like that. And I do kind of like this. So I'm just going to put a little glue on this here and there. And I'm going to slip it under here. and press down. I'm going to peel these off. And they're just on the outside edges. The center is just flat. You could even put glue on it if you want to make sure it sticks to the tree. Okay, that's not totally stuck down yet. And I'm just going to put "'Tis the Season" across here. Okay, so that'll be flat now because the tree is raised up, and now my dimensionals just on the ends are raised up. And I have a piece to go in the inside, and I might choose one of these messages because they are stickers, you know. That's pretty nice, merry and bright. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my trees. Where did I put those? Yes. I'm going to go back to my trees, and I'm going to stamp my tree in garden green. I'm going to put this in the middle. That. Closing stamp pad. And then I'm going to use this as a sticker. I don't want to bump it up on the inside of a card. We've already got dimensionals on the outside. And I'm just going to put merry and bright. Let's see. I think I'm going to put it over to the side so you can see the tree a little bit more. Merry and bright. Okay. And then I just need a little bit of seal. And this will go in here. Like that. And so it's easy. You get all your parts and everything cut out or stamped and ready to go. You take advantage of using ephemera packs like this that are just so convenient, so convenient. And like I said, I used on this one because I wanted to use black and white, so I wanted black and white back here, and I had the cherry cobbler just as a little pop with my mat. And then this is a black card base with the white inside. I haven't stamped anything yet, but I think black, cherry cobbler, and white go together really well. And then I did my tree. I embossed it in gold because I wanted to tie it in with the gold that I had there on that one. So those are my chair rail cards. Super easy, super duper easy. And like I said, you can just make so many of those by cutting things out, making a plan and just sticking to it. Don't worry about, oh, I'm not being as creative as I could be. You know, like I said, you can use something like this and put DSP behind it, which totally changes it, and glue that on the front of your card using this ephemera pack. They've got this lovely plaid. You can put that behind it and have a great looking tree and put that on a card. See, that's really easy too. So I'm going to stick that in this envelope because I don't want to forget that trick. And I'm going to stick that in that envelope because I don't want to forget that trick. So these are my chair rail cards. Just email me and say, yes, I would like the PDF, and I will email it to you, okay? It has all the products listed that I've used today, and an easy link to order them if you would like. It has all the measurements for these chair rail cards as well as this card using branching out, and it has this one linked, pine tree trimmings. It has the label one linked too, okay, and all the DSP and everything linked, and you can just make a bunch of cards really fast. They look great. People are always impressed. Always impressed when they get a homemade card. I have never, even in the beginning when I was not good at making cards, and by not good I mean really not good, people just thanked me up one side and down the other for handmade cards. They were just so thrilled to get a handmade card. They don't get them very often. So I hope you do take advantage. Take advantage of your craft, your skill, your enjoyment of making cards like I do, and share it with other people because they really do appreciate it, and especially at the holiday seasons. I just last Friday, I mailed out all my Thanksgiving, my grateful cards and that we've been making over the past few months, and I had so many to mail out. And that was really fun, and I've already gotten feedback from people, and they said, oh my gosh, thank you so much, because I would tell them in the card, not just, happy Thanksgiving or anything, but why I was grateful for them, for their friendship or something they've done for me this year, make it personal, and people really appreciate that. So I will see you next week. I will be even better, and I will be coughing even less, I hope, by next Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So you can adjust that for whatever time zone you live in. And I will have another fun, it'll either be a fun fold card or it might be a 3D. We'll see. We'll see what I come up with. I have a couple ideas brewing in my mind for next week. So be sure and come back, and we'll see you then. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And don't forget the catalog deal I'm offering. Just sign up, pick me as your demonstrator, opt in, and I'm going to send you a catalog, okay? And you'll get it next month. All right. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.